It took a decade for the long-awaited, sharply criticized, but ultimately well-received sequel to Marvel vs. Capcom 2 to reach fighting fans. But it's taken less than a year for Capcom to follow up Marvel vs. Capcom 3 with what's being billed as the ultimate version of the game. With new characters and subtle system tweaks, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 makes an effort to live up to its name. But is it actually serving fans or extorting customers?
Get ready to brawl! Fight!
You'd expect the Ultimate game to have the ultimate cast of characters, and the addition of 12 new combatants bring the grand total to 50, provided you purchase the 2 DLC characters separately. Ultimate MVC 3 doesn't quite match Marvel 2's expansive list of fighters, but the substantial amount of new blood here gives the game the most varied and interesting lineup of viable characters in a versus game to date.
Don't think you're getting off easy just because I'm the girl.
Capcom doesn't seem to even attempt the impossible task of pleasing everybody with the roster update, but in addition to simply offering interesting new playstyles, such as Dead Rising star Frank West's photo-powered prowess, it ticks a few other boxes as well. A conspicuous hole has been filled with the return of Strider Hiryu, a dominant force from the Capcom side of MVC2, whose crazy combo potential and perilously low life total make him the archetypal glass cannon. Comic book heroes Hawkeye and Ghost Rider add some recognizably classic Marvel to the mix, with the flaming skull of the latter spewing choice cheeseball taunts to match his particular brand of punishment.
Have a nice death!
Changes to the fighting system, which at its best still resembles beautifully controlled chaos, feel like smart choices. The X-Factor ability, which powered unbelievable comebacks and almost horrifying acts of overkill in the last game, has traded raw power for some flexibility, and the game is better for it. Aerial tag combos have been tweaked to be slightly more strategic by creating various different effects, and the individual character changes lean toward empowering buffs and expanded options.
That's enough! Surrender now!
At its core, this maybe-too-soon sequel feels competent. Being able to watch online matches as a spectator while waiting for your shot is another show of goodwill, but hints of laziness here and there could still trigger resentment for value-minded fans. Disappointingly, most of the new stages are modified versions of old ones. Capcom also tries to fix what wasn't broke by pointlessly tweaking meters and indicators, and the addition of a mode that lets you play as the slow, screen-filling boss Galactus is a throwaway novelty.
Time to win! Ragnarok! Hyper combo KO!
Still, in the end, it's all about the fighting. It was already good, and while it's not a dramatic shift, having more options only makes the game better. Whether it completely lives up to its title or not, this is the definitive version of MVC 3, at least for now. Whether you own the original game or not, it's got a lot to offer.
Goodbye!